Hello and welcome to the Ducking Bay 77 podcast, YouTube edition. I am one of the hosts, Dayton Johnson. Joining me for this video is one of our other hosts, and he's healthy for you. It is Tim Brown. How you doing, Tim?
Hello, everybody.
All right. We are doing another one of our versus episodes where we take an original song and compare it to a cover version. This particular episode, we are discussing Cats in the Cradle by Harry Chapin, covered by Ugly Kid Joe. So, going into this, which of these two songs versions were you more familiar with, or was there another version you were more familiar with?
I'd say I'd probably equally
Okay.
familiar with both versions. I was very familiar with the Harry Chapin version up until the Kid Joe version came out. And then after that, obviously, you've heard that one over and over again as well. So I'd say
Right.
it's about 50-50 on familiarity.
All right. All right. So for me, especially during the 80s and 90s, I listened to a lot of classic rock radio. So I was very familiar with Harry Chapin's version. And I was interested when I heard that Ugly Kid Joe covered it. And then when of course, that time we were in college and I'm pretty sure one of our regular guests, John Wright, had a copy of the CD that this song was on. So,
Yes,
and
yes.
yes, and I have no doubt that some of us played it at the radio station. But
Oh yeah, this one was in high rotation, this whole
right,
album.
right. So yeah, but for me, I think honestly, um I was more familiar with the Harry Chapin just because I probably heard it more times thanks to classic rock radio. But um, I hadn't listened to the cover until we started doing this episode. So a long time since
Yeah.
since
Yeah,
then.
it had been a
So
long time since I listened to the original.
all right, see, I have it on one of my '70s songs playlists. So yeah. All right, cool. Let's get into our first one, "Cats and Cradle" by Harry Chapin. Some facts about the song. Single was released October 1st, 1974, and appears on the album Verities and Balderdash. The single hit number one on the Billboard Hot 100 in the US and Canada, the adult contemporary charts, and it finished number 38 for the year on the Billboard Hot 100, and it is certified 2 times platinum. It was Chapin's only number one single and became his signature song and a folk rock classic. This lyrics started as a poem by Chapin's wife, Sandra Gaston, inspired by the awkward relationship between her first husband and his father. Chapin also said that the song was about his own relationship with his son, and the song, quote, scared the hell out of him. So, very deeply, moving song for him as well. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So, all right, let's get into this one. So, thoughts, opinions, anything about the original you'd like to say before I get to go?
Well, if you had approached me in the 90s when we were in college and brought up this song to me, I'd have told you I did not like it because, this is music for wusses. We don't listen to that stuff. We're headbangers. We do different stuff.
That's
We do
yes,
music that matters.
yes, that's right.
Yes, exactly. Right. So but today, no, I love this song. This is a great, such a well written, crafted storytelling piece of art.
Yes, yes, agreed. Love the narrative, of course, and it says a lot. I think for both of us, probably it hits a lot more now than it did
Yes.
then. It's like I like the
Hmm.
song back then, but now, with kids and and seeing, with my dad who worked, until he didn't have to, which was nice for him, and seeing how things change and know that there's times when and my daughter was when she was little that I was working all the time and Mr. Track meets and stuff like that. So this song starts
Hmm.
to have way more feeling and emotion. But
Yeah.
it's yeah, it hits just much different now. And I love how the narrative changes, how it starts off as the dad, missing everything, and the son says, "I want to be like him," and then the dad's proud of him because he's now in college, and then it shifts that
Hmm.
now, as he says at the end, that my boy is just like me. So it's a really quick narrative. I mean, the song is
Yeah.
not very long at all, and he says a lot in a short amount of time. And I love the use of um, lines from nursery rhymes that we grew up listening to. Little Boy Blue and the Man on the Moon, stuff like that. I'm like going, he took nursery rhymes and put it in the chorus, and which makes it work. So it's great. I think you're right.
Yeah.
It is absolutely a piece of art. Absolutely.
Yeah. And he's it's very clever how he takes the change in tone from that line of um he wants to be just like me to he's grown up just like me. And the shift in tone from that just really hits home.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's and I love the production on it too. Everything
Yeah.
is very clear. You can
hmm
really hear the bass in it. It's they did a good job. And I mean, obviously with folk rock, there's a lot of acoustic. There's no reverb. It's all very much, pretty simple, but they did a good job in capturing everybody performing on the song. And I think that
Right,
says a
right.
lot as well. So yeah, fantastic song.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah.
All right.
Nothing on the dislikes column for me on this one.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. So that being said, let's move on to the cover by Ugly Kid Joe. Released as a single in the year 1993. I couldn't find an actual date that it was released. It appears on the album America's Least Wanted. The single received mixed reviews, but gave the band its most successful single, reaching number 6 on Billboard Hot 100, number 3 on the mainstream rock charts, and finished at number 61 for the year on the Billboard Hot 100. Okay, so I can say that this song is fine, but I have two major problems with it. But I'm going to let you go first and see if they're the same
Well,
things.
my thoughts on this song, I think maybe slightly more on the side that you're on.
Okay, all
I
right.
think we might be in agreement on this one. I remember really liking this when it first came out,
I do too. I
because
do too.
"Ugly Kid Joe," we had already heard everything about you. We loved that song,
They were fun. It
and
was
then
fun. They were a
and it
fun
was
band.
great. They were a
Yeah,
fun band, and then they did this, and you're like, oh, look, they can play too. They have some skill. Um, but the more I listen to this one, and the more I A B it with the original, the less this one holds up for me.
I agree with that
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, right off the bat, it's down tuned a little bit. It's a much darker tone, just from the mixing standpoint of it. You can definitely tell this was the dawn of the grunge era.
Fair,
It's got
fair.
that sound to it, just this kind of gritty, very bare bones studio sound to it. Um, Honestly, when I was listening to it, it really felt to me almost like they did this song maybe as an afterthought. They were already set up. Sounds like almost identical in guitar tones and whatnot to Everything About You.
Right.
Like
Okay.
almost they got done playing that and they were just, hey, does everybody know the chords to this one? Okay, cool. Roll tape. You
Right.
know?
Right. Yeah. So, okay. So I think part of what makes the original so good is that it is stripped down. There's emotion to that song. This
I don't even
one,
necessarily think the original is stripped down because you've got the
wait,
strings and the other instruments in there.
true,
That takes some coordination and
true.
some high production.
Yes. But this one seems to try to cover up what the band is lacking with their production. And one
Yes.
of the things that bothers me is the vocals during the beginning of each verse are so quiet you can almost not make out
They're
the
almost
lyrics.
buried. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're almost gone.
this song is all about the lyrics. And the
hmm
lyrics are kind of important to it. So that's
Yeah.
irritating, right? And then they like double and triple track his vocals during the chorus. Fine, band's been doing that for years. I don't have a problem with
hmm
it, but to me it sounds like they're trying to cover up his lack of range maybe or his lack of emotion. I don't know, but it just
I
felt like it was
definitely
a bit
think
too
it's the lack
much.
of emotion. This song doesn't require any great range or any great
No, you're
skill
right.
as a singer to be able to pull off. But yeah, that's the biggest thing that's missing from the Ugly Kid Joe version is I don't get that sense of emotion. I don't get that sense of impact from the lyrics from verse to verse.
Right. And maybe that's part of the problem is the fact maybe these guys, didn't see that with their dad or didn't see that. They obviously were pretty young at the time, so I'm sure they hadn't been through it with their own kids.
Right.
So that does matter. But the one thing that really sticks out that bothers me, and it's something that I noticed for this video, and obviously it never even occurred to me probably, 30 plus years ago, um, the change in the lyrics going into during the chorus. In the original it says, "When you coming home, Dad." It says, "I don't know when, but we'll get together then." So, and that changes. So the first two choruses, it's dad, and then the second two, it's son, because the narrative is
Right.
shifted onto the son. In this one, each chorus they changed it to where when you come on home, son. I'm like, wait a minute. The first half of the song is about the dad. The
Yeah,
second
you
half,
notice I didn't actually pick up on that
yes, they
when I
changed
was
it for
listening back
every,
through, but you're right.
yeah,
Yeah, they did
every
change that.
chorus. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that makes absolutely no sense. And I
Yeah, yeah.
don't know why they did that. So to that, and
It honestly, it feels like it was a rushed production.
maybe they just used the same cut for from one
Who
verse.
knows? Yeah, or they, maybe the band didn't actually know the song that well, and a producer said, "Hey, let's throw this cover in there," and
Right.
they just learned it real quick. And
Yeah,
okay, they
maybe.
had some lyrics, and somebody just wrote the one verse down, and okay, that's what we're singing.
Yeah, and
I
it's
don't
and it's
know. I'd
see,
have to we need a behind the scenes from Ugly Kid Joe in the studio.
right. Let's see if we can get them on an episode so we can tell them how
Right?
much we
Yeah.
dislike their version of the song.
I'm sure they'll be happy to come on.
Of course they will. Of course they will. So yeah, this one just is you know, is I don't know, it just misses for me now. It just,
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I liked it a lot when it first came out. I still don't hate it.
no.
But if you're comparing the two, the original wins by a country mile.
Yeah, agreed. And when we first started this, one of our other regular guests, John Wright, we were talking, we were kind of going picking a list of songs, and my whole thing was like, well, which one is better? And sometimes a cover can be better. When we did the Hazy Shade of Winter episode,
Hmm.
spoiler, ones on that, we both kind of agreed that they kind of leveled up that song. Um, Sometimes you can make them better. This time, no, they went
Yeah,
backwards. It's
yeah.
like what? It's like, why'd
They
you even
didn't
try?
trash it. They didn't stink up the
No,
joint, but they definitely didn't improve on it in any way.
no, no, they did not.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like I agree with, I don't hate it, but is it going to make my '90s playlist? Probably not.
yeah.
So oh well.
Something that I did find interesting when I was looking on Spotify and just pulling the songs up to ABM and compare them and refresh my memory of them before we
Right?
recorded tonight. I looked at the play counts on them, and interestingly, this song is Ugly Kid Joe's most streamed song, and it's not even close.
That is interesting. Well, I mean, it was
Everything
their most
About You
successful
had something
single, so
like
yeah.
78 or 79 million streams. And that's their big hit. They're a
Right,
one-hit wonder with that song.
right.
This song has almost 159 million streams for them. So it's
Wow.
more than doubled.
Interesting.
Yes. And
Interesting.
then I looked at the Harry Chapin version. The Harry Chapin version only has 200 million streams. So
Huh.
it's almost comparable, the Ugly Kid Joe to Harry Chapin version.
Well, it's probably because a lot of the older people that listen to the song probably aren't streaming it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
who knows?
probably true. Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, I'm one of those older people. That's fine. I
Right.
don't have a copy of it, but if I found a pretty good copy of it, I'd probably get one. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting that they're so close. That is very interesting.
Hmm.
So
And I like it was interesting that those two were so close and that this was so much more popular than their quote unquote big hit.
wow, that is actually, what? I didn't notice that. That's a little bit nice little nugget there. All right, very good. Well, so I guess we, as we said, we both agree the original is still way better than the cover version. Close, but no cigar to Ugly Kid Joe. Nice try. We'll give you a C for effort, I guess. Whatever, it's fine. And you try. You know what? To be fair, them covering that song at least gives them kind of maybe high marks for remembering the song. So I'll give them that much. But yeah, next time maybe just do it full acoustic. I don't know, but whatever.
Yeah, well, there is an acoustic version of it that I did not listen to getting ready tonight, but there's an Ugly Kid Joe acoustic version of
Yeah,
this.
I haven't heard that either. So maybe
Yeah,
maybe that's what we're gonna do right after we get the recording.
that's
Okay,
right. Yes.
right.
We'll have an addendum on this video. No, wait, it was brilliant.
So we'll put it in the comments. We'll put it in the description of the
Yes.
episode. What we think. We're like, maybe, maybe not. So anyway, all right.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Tim, for joining me on this versus episode. Yeah, we have a lot more coming up. I have a whole list of songs. So I'm sure Tim will be back. In fact, I think I have one picked out just for him, just to watch his head
Oh,
explode.
yes.
uh,
Gonna
so
try and
to
torment me.
it might be fun. It might be fun. All right. So to our subscribers and our viewers, let us know what you think. I will put a link for both these versions into the description below. Give them a listen, comment, and let us know what you think. And also let us know if there's a better version of the cover that you like. And also if there's like a original cover you want us to do, put it in the comments and I will add it to the list. So thanks again for watching, and do us a favor, like, subscribe, and comment down below, and share us with your friends and family as well. So until next time, thank you for watching.